Cash is becoming obsolete. Tourists are unable to pay for things. China is living in the future. If you're planning on visiting China, you might get caught up in the hype and the headlines and ask yourself, am I actually going to be able to pay for anything? Well, you don't need to worry about it at all because this is One Day Discovery. And today we're going to be teaching you exactly how electronic payments work in China and have you paying like a local in no time.
The demise of cash in mainland China might have been somewhat exaggerated. Yes, you can still use cash in mainland China, and you probably want to keep some cash on your person, just for emergencies. But using cash in China just isn't really that convenient. Let's say you find a store that does accept cash. They themselves might not have enough cash on the premises to give you your correct change. And that's because they expect that the vast majority of their customers are going to be using electronic payments. And you might think to yourself, great, I'm just going to use Apple Pay or Google Pay and I will be fine. No, you won't. By electronic payments, I don't mean that you just tap to pay. We're talking about QR code payment systems used in apps like Alipay and WeChat. These really are must-have essential apps for your trip. So today, in order to make sure that your trip to China goes as smoothly as possible, we're going to show you how to set up Alipay in advance and also how to use it. We're going to find somewhere to sit down. Oh, how about on the train? That's better. Let's see how fast we can set this up. So you will need a mobile phone number to set up Alipay, but it doesn't need to be a mainland Chinese phone number. Today we're going to use a UK phone number to set it up. Just type in your phone number, agree to everything, and they'll send you a verification code. And then you want to set the region of your passport or your ID document. So for me, that's going to be UK as well. And that is the first step done. We now have an Alipay account. The second thing that we need to do is to set up a credit or debit card. And Alipay accepts most major credit cards, including Visa, Master, and JCB. And here we can either scan the bank card or we can type in the number. And there we go. That was it. The bank card has now been successfully added to Alipay. You will be asked to enter a 6-digit PIN for your Alipay account. Please keep it memorable because you will sometimes need to enter this while you are paying in store. And now we have a QR code that we can use to pay for things. So at this point, we are technically good to go. Now, there are some limits. You can only spend a cumulative total of 15,000 Chinese yuan. That's around 2,000 US dollars. But you've got your QR code, you should be able to pay for things. So the third part, which is technically optional, but I suggest that you still do it, is to register your passport with Alipay as well. Let's see if this works. In my experience, scanning passports with mobile phones rarely goes well because the ID page is usually laminated and very shiny. So if you have a scanner at home, you can scan the passport photo first and then just put it in your phone album and import it manually. It took a few seconds. That was it. Fast and simple. 3 steps to setting up Alipay.
This is Anthony in the edit, and there is one thing that I forgot to mention, and that is face verification. It's an optional step, but we're going to do it now because it's super simple. Just look at the camera and blink. Okay, back to the video.
That was it. Fast and simple. 3 steps to setting up Alipay. Number 1, register your phone number. Number 2, add a bank card. And number 3, verify your identity information. But the last thing that you want to happen is for you to arrive in China and for your Alipay to simply not work. So, is there any way of testing that we've got everything set up correctly before arriving in China? Well, I think there is.
You see, Alipay isn't just a payments app. It's a platform for a whole bunch of other third-party services. And if we're able to make a payment on one of those services, we will know for sure that our bank cards are set up correctly.
Within the Alipay app, if you go into the trip ticket section, and we're going to search for this, hold on a second, the International Calligraphic Carving Museum. Thank you, Reddit, for recommending that to me. The cost of this attraction is just 5 Chinese renminbi, which is less than $1 US. So what we're going to do is we're going to book this very inexpensive trip to a museum just to see whether Alipay is working or not. There we go, it's working. Through Alipay, we have taken the money from my bank card and paid for the museum ticket. Now, we are not going to this museum. So according to user LamShanXY, we will get a refund if we don't actually go to the museum. But even if we don't, it's less than $1 US, and we have confirmed that our Alipay is actually working correctly. That said, I strongly suggest that as soon as you arrive in China, whether it's at the border crossing, at a train station, or even in the airport, that you go straight to a convenience store and try to use your Alipay first. Because it is better for you to have a problem there where there are potentially English-speaking people who can help you through it, rather than for you to be in the city or the countryside and suddenly unable to pay for things with your phone. Oh my gosh, it's so sunny. Unfortunately, we can't do a real-world test of Alipay right now because it's not just like we could jump on a train and go to mainland China, right? And we're here in mainland China, Shenzhen. We haven't even left the checkpoint yet, but our first order of operations is to try out Alipay and to see if there are any problems. Do you think there will be? Let's see if we can get into the app. Oops, network unavailable. Now here's the problem. My UK SIM card does not have a roaming plan for mainland China. Luckily, I have a second SIM in my phone with a mainland China data plan, so we're going to switch over to that one. But this is something that you really should check before you arrive, and that is whether or not you will have data available on your mobile phone plan. You might think to yourself that you can maybe use Wi-Fi while you're here. In my experience, Wi-Fi in mainland China can be very difficult to access. It seems to work okay on iPhone. It didn't work particularly well on my Google Pixel. I've switched data over to my other SIM card, and it's working. So let's see if we can buy something. I think you know what this is. 谢谢。好。
这咁老屌啊！对啊。OK。
OK 吧，好，谢谢。And that was it. He scanned my Alipay QR code, and I've got a drink. Yep. Silent guy. Bye, Sai. Thank you. They should have English down here. We're at the Futian checkpoint, line 10. So let's have a look. Okay, this is where we are. And if we wanted to travel one stop, there you go. That is $2. And we can pay here with a QR code as well. We hit the scan button at the top. There we go, $2. And there's this button at the bottom. Sometimes Alipay will suddenly change language to Chinese. Don't worry, there's a little translate button down here. That's very useful. Go to pay. Let's see how this works. Okay, type in your PIN. And there's our ticket. Now, I love this. Even this refrigerator is powered by Alipay. We've got to try this as well. I've just had a can of Coca-Cola. What should we drink? This one, my favorite milk tea. We'll get this. Okay, let's see if we can do it. Let's scan the code and see what happens. Oh, and again, this all comes up in Chinese. There is that little translate button in the corner. So useful. Okay, I have read and I agree. Authorized phone number. There it is. My favorite milk tea, $5. I accept the agreement, please. Activation failure. No, what's wrong?
Things don't always go smoothly. Every now and then you'll have a situation like this vending machine that for whatever reason wouldn't accept my mobile phone number or identity document for registration. But as long as you've got Alipay set up correctly, it should always work in physical stores and when paying street vendors.
多謝你啊！你幫我入幾多？2蚊。好啊，唔該晒。OK 嘛？好啦，唔該你先咯。拜拜。Now, there's a very real chance when you're buying from a street vendor that you might not understand what they're saying if you don't speak Mandarin or Cantonese. In that case, you can do what I just did, which is you scan their code, and when it asks for the price, you just give your phone to the vendor, ask them to type it in. You can check the price before you type in the PIN, and everything's great. Even though Alipay is mainly a payments app, it does a whole lot more with features like booking tickets, calling taxis, ordering food. I'm off to enjoy my strawberries. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you remember to like and subscribe, but most importantly, I hope that you found it useful. Please, please, please tell me in the comments if there's anything that you would like me to cover in future videos, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. I thought that we were done, but I think I might have found a third payment method on Alipay. Alipay Tap. Okay, let's try it. We beep this on here. Oh, ho, ho. Just take your drink. And we're done. I'm gonna have to add a super cringe line at the end of the video, like stick to the end for one super secret third payment method that nobody's talking about. See you next time. Bye-bye.